Hello.
Well,
What's
welcome back to MNC Gaming with Mac Marla and Christopher.
It's Saturday. We're both a little bit out of it and lost, obviously.
Well,
Well, I am at least.
yeah,
Talk about a busy week.
yeah, it's been super busy here. Actually, this whole month is really super busy for me, so I probably won't be that engaged in the community until the end of the month. Um, I wish I would have caught a lot more of the live expert series this week, but it just,
It's been a lot. I think I was talking to Zaya, and even as far as running an event that spans that duration, I don't think they really understood how popular something like that would be. From what I understand in talking to them, it has really taken off.
well, yeah, and certainly in a couple of weeks there, I would like to have some conversations with her, so we can keep that maybe going on a semi-permanent basis, so it doesn't require a time restraint where people are willing to give to the community. That would be excellent. Um, I really wanted to do a blog post this week because, of course, the World Health Organization recognized video gaming as an addiction, but I didn't get around to that either. um, yeah, I have no notes for tonight, and I don't know what's going on, but in July, I certainly will have more time available to commit to the community. Um, but this month is just too busy.
Hello, Arya.
But that's why you have a community, so you can lean on one another. And I do appreciate everyone in the community because I wish I had this in real life. um,
You can't tell by the screen there, we're in another mismatched war. So we're gonna take it tonight. We actually have a feature alliance that we're doing. Christopher, of course, is staying with the Last Outlaws, but I have had Coner over with Never Nude. Never Nude. You need to Google that. If you've never heard of it, you need to Google that. Wonderful alliance. Fantastic leadership over there and communication, and they've got their own Discord server. And I'm a huge fan of Discord. I really am.
Evening, Aria.
So,
Sorry, I have a bit of a tickle in my throat. Um,
what are you doing? Um, I'm upgrading my museum. My factory finished, so I'm actually using my factory troops.
Yay!
Everybody was super annoyed that I was actually using machine gunners, right? Everybody's like, you need to get rid of those. And I'm like, no way. You love them and you know it.
I love machine gunners.
So my factory did finish. I played around with those little support choppers. I'm not a huge fan of those. I find that they heal just too slow. Like they might have an increased rate of healing, so they might be better as far as the troop space, but I feel like they don't heal fast enough. Like they don't actually. Yeah, somehow they're just no good. What am I researching? I've been full on trade goods for quite some time, so as a result, I am doing my Aztecs.
That's wise.
Mongols.
Oh,
That's my Mongols. And my factory completed. I had close to 200,000 oil this morning when I woke up. So as a result, I did push a little bit and I managed to get my APC MK2s on the way up.
he was German, and he's like, "Should I do my bazookas or APCs first?" I'm like, "You're German, you're APCs."
Absolutely. So I mean, but it helps to ask. I think it's important to
Not,
ask.
not that I'm still industrial age.
What else do we have going on? My shipyard. I've got some guys on expedition. 3 of them. I'm still waiting for my library research to complete for that. I've got 3 days for that to finish on the shipping. If you haven't researched shipping, get on it. Upgrade your dock. Get shipping done. Get there. Museum, 4 people. Ambush trap. But 15 hours for an amber shot, that's only one person, but still, it's beneficial. Oil well. I have been jacking up my oil wells because you give what you get. So if you're producing more and more people are stealing from you, well, it just is a further injection of oil into the community. Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of thing. So as a result, I am focused on upgrading these bad boys. And of course, complemented with that, this little old man up here is telling me he wants my silo to level 3. But in order to do that, I have to be able to hold 230,000 oil, which means that I have to upgrade that. So there's a long path in order to appease the old man. It's kind of a pain, isn't it? Howitzers. Something. Just give me some siege. I don't even care. If you couldn't tell by the glory before, we're apt to win a whole whopping 4. Ta-da!
I know. It seems like...
That's, and the one before this was insanely difficult, right?
Well, it doesn't help that you like kicked half of the people participating.
I don't know why that's so difficult to understand. Like, if you're going to join an alliance and the description says you must have Discord and be on our server. Anyways, there was a miscommunication or a lack of communication on my behalf. I ended up kicking 6 of the people that were enlisted in that war. So, needless to say, we were short. Hey, Zetrab! Leader of Never Nude, Zetrab. Welcome to the show, buddy. This is a little 207 that we're gonna take a run at. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop stuff and we're gonna go ahead and see if we can't destroy this guy. Should we do it? Yeah, let's just do it.
Where's your tablet so I can get caught up on the community stuff?
Oh, my tablet, I believe, is in the other room. Did you want me to grab it for you before I...
Yes, please.
2 seconds here.
Yeah. Oh.
See, that's exactly why I was like, do you want me to do it before? Having 2 tablets with the same profile, I'm not sure if you're aware, but it will disconnect you.
Well, even if I flip between, sometimes it gets fussy.
Yeah. Oh, coalitions. Let's get some Aztecs and some Mongols. Oh. And who else do we want to get? Yeah, I think that should be good. 4. Nom 5. Okay. I was attacked by somebody on their side. I'd let you watch, but I'm not going to. Sorry, it is what it is. Alex, Joan, Churchill, who I want to... Oh, no, he is 21.
Where are the social stuffs? There we go.
Troop tactics? I don't need troop tactics, I don't think. There we go. Let's try it. Alright, so if we go with...
Okay, so...
something like that there. And then something like that over there. Then we go with killing that thing. Have I told you how much I love your tablet?
Yes.
So slick. Oh, we can go with these guys up here. That can go there. That can go somewhere in there. That can go there. Oh, that thing can go there. We can go with a couple of those guys. We're going to keep that kind of going there. We'll go with a bit of a speed rally right there. And then that can go there as well. Now what? I think we can get another speed rally there. Oh, I'm gonna have to plane that stuff down there. Maybe not. We'll have to see. I'm surprised. This guy's actually killing a lot of my stuff, and I'm not getting a very good time. It's an interesting base design, that's for sure. I'm not going to say good, but, you know.
Well, if it's enough to trip you up, it must be doing something right.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly was doing something right. So 2 offensive coalitions. Yeah. 2 offensive coalitions, no cards. But it's a global age base, so really, even if it was like fully upgraded, I'm not sure what that would look like. So I'm minute 47. And if you can't tell, I'm short on oil. How awesome is that? Let's go with that. But that's not the army I want anyways. I still have those 3. I have those 7. I want to actually get 1, 2, 3 of these things. And then I think, no, that looks about right. 6, and then, oh, that's what I'm missing. I usually go with a heavy tank, which of course takes 24 spaces, so that's, no, 30, jerks, making me waste oil. There it is. Some quick math and we're away. Now, what am I missing there? Oh, I'm missing enough for my plane to retrain. I lost a plane. What a jerk. And of course, I was just shy of actually getting my upgrade started, so I ended up using a whole bunch of my little oil things, oil packets, I don't know, what, oil barrels. Yeah. We need 800. 1, 2, 3. That should be good. Retrain my plane. There it is. Oh, and those are all going. Yeah, we're good. Ta-da! That was mine. What are you looking at? What are you doing?
I'm just looking at the forums.
Just perusing?
Yep.
You want to play tradesies?
Sure.
Yeah. I did mine.
You did yours?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, it is one of these wars.
Screenshot Saturday. They're looking for your, like, most favorite upgraded building.
Your most favorite upgraded building? I don't know.
What?
My machine gun towers. I think they're the most underutilized, underappreciated building in Dominations. Or the sniper tower. Sniper towers look kind of neat.
Sniper tower. I suppose I still have my raiding army. Do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You had to think for a moment.
My eye's been twitching all day today.
Is something in it?
No, it's just the muscle underneath. All of a sudden I'll be like,
that's a weird feeling too.
It is.
Because it's like you want to close it, but you're like, is there something in there? Oh. I'm not an eye guy. I can't stand eyeball things.
Yeah, I'm upgrading garrisons because of the sale.
What? Say that again.
I'm upgrading garrisons because of the sale.
Holy.
I know. I haven't upgraded a building in a very long time. And 2 at that.
That's craziness.
I know.
Upgrading garrisons.
Well, I wouldn't say, I can't say I haven't upgraded buildings. I haven't upgraded old buildings in a very long time.
Okay. It's hard though. I mean, once you gotta feel like you're somewhat ahead of the game offensively before you can think about increasing your defensive strength, because it jacks you up in war, doesn't it?
It does.
You guys are all quiet. Everybody's quiet today. I feel like everybody's been quiet this week as well. Maybe that's just a me thing.
Well, if you're not engaged in the conversations,
it's hard, isn't it? Well, that's not true. I mean, we have ongoing. I like it because it's kind of like an ongoing dialogue. You know, sometimes there's a few minutes between the responses, and other times it's like it feels like there's 12 hours between responses. So it's kind of nice in that regard.
I did reintroduce motors. I like them. I still don't like riflemen. I don't know how people use them if they're not a shooter nation. I did have a secondary for a while, which was Korean, and of course I relied heavily on my shooters there, but my main account has never been a shooter nation just because, well, I'm a nonconformist.
You're an imp. Do we dare try opening that window, or was it too loud last time?
It was too loud. We have too much traffic, and like too much like big traffic is the problem, I think.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I've been working slowly on my walls.
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 That's like the never-ending game of dominations.
Yeah.
Can play dominations. Oh, what do you do in that game? You upgrade walls and put people in the university.
Yes.
That's like the layman's description of dominations. And try your hardest to collect oil.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that has been getting easier. So let's go take a look at my mirror while I'm training my troops. My recommended is 14, but I think I'm 13. And I'm still old school. I hit my mirror.
That says something about almost all of us there. We're all like, yeah, that's nice.
Huh.
Until you want to run out of walls to upgrade. I've only had that happen once, and that was on my secondary, actually, where I was done, and I couldn't upgrade any more walls. I couldn't upgrade anything else. It was a maximum gunpowder. So.
Those are some pretty heavy-duty generals.
Are they fat?
24s.
Wow. On an industrial, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and those walls are pretty impressive, too.
Those are 7s, 8s, and 9s? Oh, no, 8s, 9s, and 10s. Oh, no. He's got a couple of, I think those are 11s. The ones he's got doubled up around his town center.
Oh, okay. Could be.
With the little barbed wire things on the top.
I'm not sure where I want to go in. I don't know if I want to go in this compartment or this compartment.
I would be going in. Wow, it's hard, isn't it? One's got the heavy tank. No, the other one with the heavy tank. Heavy tank, stable, and air defense.
Okay, so up here.
Yeah, that's the one I would pick. Only, and I understand it's probably going to be pretty trappy in there.
Yeah.
So your decoys, you're going to want to get your decoys down as soon as you're in that compartment, kind of thing. Blitz drop. Blitz drop rally decoy.
Drop a decoy there.
No, I wouldn't even put one there. I'd be doing my blitzkrieg first. And you've got an overlap with your sab, right?
Yeah, I also have a sab, so
you could even do, I'd be doing the blitzkrieg first though.
Yeah.
To give you the heads up. And then I would drop all of my troops right in front of where the oil is, that oil refinery, including a wall sapper.
I don't have a wall sapper. I guess I should go make one then.
I'm going to try opening this just a little bit. If it's too loud, we'll have to close it, but I feel like it's just cooking in here.
Where do I want to drop?
What do you want to drop? Yeah, yeah. Did you request troops?
Yeah.
I think I might have a training blessing on so I can fill you up if you're not already. Never mind. I think you just got troops, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Enforce, add. Mm-hmm. I'm liking this event currently.
You like your ninjas?
No, I just like going for loot. And maybe I should have like one serious army in there. I don't know. I like foots, but that's because I used to be German. I've been considering. Oh, thank you, Christopher.
You're welcome.
Changing nations. As an industrial age, French, I just don't know if it's worth it. I better not.
Caught me just in time to be yelling at one of our newer members.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. You could imagine if you could attack yourself.
That wouldn't be fair.
Nah, it wouldn't be. I think you'd have an unfair advantage. Oh, see, your enemy's like right next to you, so that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Messes with your head a little bit.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's do it. Watch this. You're gonna just roll through this guy.
Mm-hmm. I think my I'll lay my tanks last. Well, I better decoy that because that's already run out. And no, no, that one. Even though I know that doesn't really do anything, let's go like this. And my plane's in there. Let's see if I can get all my troops back there. And starting with the troop cards. That just feels cheap. It does.
You got to do what you got to do, though. I mean, if it's part of the game,
I guess.
right? And I mean, they're offering them from Marco.
Yes, I got. Okay. I was a little worried there.
I was a bit concerned. I was like, okay. What? You lost both of my howitzers and my bazooka that I gave you?
Yeah.
I can't believe you.
I know.
You left my main man behind.
Well, it's not like they'd come home with me. So.
He had a wife and a family and kids.
I feel bad for his imaginary digital virtual family. I'm sincerely sorry.
Nice job. You got it done. Gets the job done. You seem to be a lot more relaxed in your attacks now, though.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. Holy. And you have trade goods for all of your stuff.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. No, I find if I get on at least once a day with a training blessing, you're doing pretty good. Right?
I think so.
And also, I haven't been in war this week. I've been excluded.
That's right. It's been busy, though. I'd especially, like, I was just talking to the ICR really do. They have to put up with me. They put up with me, especially during in the midweek wars. If they put me in, usually it's like a Wednesday and a Thursday, which are the 2 days that I'm actually out working. And I do construction, part-time for Johansson Built, and I'm not able to actually get on and play the game. Or check Discord or check any of these things throughout the course of the day. So quite literally, they have to kind of nudge me. By the way, you're in war. Did you want to get your attacks in? And I'm like, oh crap. So I just told him this week, I'm like, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm tired of you guys having to get after me. I don't feel like that's fair. So I am going to actually start sitting out for those midweek wars when I am working. In order to hopefully account for that.
Mm-hmm.
I hope, anyways.
So
that's where that's at.
Now, what's the current sale?
The current sale?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they put up some like super expensive one if you wanted to buy one of those museum, the museum resource.
No, but there's usually, oh no, because the event's going on, this one.
Yeah.
I'm liking this one.
And that one's probably relatively, simpler the lower age you are. So being industrial is probably a lot less loot.
Yeah, and also in the lower ages, there's more loot.
Mm-hmm.
I saw more loot with my secondary than I did with my, ever did with my industrial age, which is why I have no intention of going up until global, until the space age.
Yeah, when the space age is around, that's when Marlo's going to go global. If anybody's wondering. Jimmy says, nice job.
Well, I guess I'm just like a long-term player, and I realize that, hopefully once the game is out of development. Well, no, because there's a lot of pressure to produce, right?
Yes.
And certainly I'm sure there'll be a lot less resources dedicated to the game once it's out of development, but eventually
level out.
Yeah, it'll level out. So
I'm not sure who you're laughing at. The fact that Marla wants to go to global when the space age is out. But I can't blame her. Like, really, the only reason that there's two reasons why I preemptively jumped to atomic. Because I consider myself to be a pretty patient player. There was a sale on for like 50% off, and it was also like half upgrade time, I think, out of development. The other reason that I jumped to atomic, though, is because being global, you're getting hit by Cold War players and atomic age players, which isn't cool. So if you're going to go global, you may as well go atomic, right? You may as well just skip global altogether because it doesn't count. So I can't blame her. Hopefully they modify that. I think I hope there's some rebalancing. I sincerely do. You know, they're like, oh, sorry. Sadly, moving forward, it's going to be this much XP to actually get up to whatever age. Level the game out a little bit, so to speak. Yeah. So that's where it's at.
So, yeah, I'm excited for maintenance mode.
Maintenance mode. That's what everybody else calls it, right? They're like, yeah, we're doing some slight recalibration. Please stand by. The server will be back up in 10 minutes, right?
I don't know. A lot of games are maintained years after they've been released, so.
Yeah.
And to some degree, you know, like, old school, you made the game, it was fully developed. Yes, there might be some glitches, whatever, but you would address them. But it was like all done when it was released, right?
And that was your released product.
In the mobile gaming, you have to deal with the changes in devices. It's like
there's a lot
you
to
release it
for.
before it's, well, I wouldn't say a complete product. Well, it's still a growing product, right?
Yeah, it's a vastly growing product, especially dealing with mobile, because whenever Samsung comes out with something new, whenever Apple comes out with something new, for all you know, they might have broken half of your functionality, which isn't cool. Look at that. Sorry, I snaked your tablet. I love your tablet. Have I told you this? Yeah. I have?
Yeah, I think 3 times already.
Hey, Marla, I love your tablet. Let's get this one done. The Trap, if you want to jump into audio, you're more than welcome to, sir.
Where are we?
We're actually over in the...
Are we in the sandbox?
We're in the sandbox, that's right.
Yeah, we are there and connected.
So, we have the Diligent Plan coming from the ICER. I've got some Riflemen and some Siege units from our dear Strongbow. Out of development. I've got my target from GG, which is going to be number 10. Let's scout him out. Seems to be pretty even. I'm still going to run him over. He's like, why are you so cocky? I'm like, I don't know. Just because. More fun that way. I'm going for a simple drop, like right here. That's what we're doing. Right there. Actually, that's not even true. I'm going for a simple drop with my primary army here. And I'm going to go with my general and my donated troops and all the rest here. The reason for that is I want my heavy stuff to distract these two, if at all possible. I want my main army coming in this direction. That's where that's at. And we're just going to let them go and do what they're supposed to do. You guys can feel free to talk over me. I think Zetrab.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Ah, there we go then.
He's got an accent.
Yeah, I'm English.
Never mind, cancel the show.
Everybody's got an accent.
We don't have accents.
Oh, okay.
What are we doing there?
So how long has Never Nude been around?
6 months, I think.
Oh, okay. And how did that get started?
I'd like to say it was on good terms, but it probably wasn't on good terms. But yeah, I don't really know how to explain it. We just all came together and.
Okay, so this was like from a former team that
it's kind of like, yeah, from a former team. There was a couple of us that got together and decided that we were going to form an alliance, and some Rio actually brought in a lot of the guys who are in there now.
Okay, and I mean that happens. It's happened a lot, you know. For a while you get along with a bunch of people for a long time, but then you have your own ideas and you want to move forward with those, and you know. That's cool. And I mean, it grows the game because then there's more alliances that need to grow.
Yeah.
Are you guys a heavy alliance, a light alliance? How would you describe yourselves?
I'd probably say light at the minute. Probably because we did I set out with the goal of getting to top 100.
Okay.
And I don't think I communicated it very well with the people who joined. So we ultimately, we war for fun now. So it's, we're still pretty competitive, but I wouldn't say that we're transcending the glory state.
There's the train.
Yes. Sorry.
We live right by the train. It happens. So in the back of your head, you're saying you still do consider, like, you're like, oh, we want to be in the top 100. Do you think that's going to happen anytime soon?
I kind of said to myself, if we could get there once and just sort of like get that badge of honor, then I wouldn't care what happened after that.
Right. And from my understanding is usually the newer alliances have an easier time if you're a seasoned team getting onto the leaderboards.
So seasoned team isn't like seasoned players that have been together for a while, starting out on a newer alliance. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I would have to agree, because once you get that kind of flow going, it's hard to stop.
However, I do think it takes a lot of commitment to get into the top 100.
Oh, it's a ridiculous amount of commitment. It's like hardcore troop cards and, hardcore troop cards, max coalitions all the time.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but...
You don't know about that? From what I've seen as of late... I think there's
more of an element of pay to win and higher troop coalitions and whatnot. But right now you're back to focusing more on fun, and if you make it to the leaderboards, great, sort of thing.
Well, it's kind of broken now, isn't it? To be honest, the leaderboards. So
it doesn't mean much, does it? You still there?
Is it working?
Oh yeah, you're still there. I was just saying it doesn't mean much now, the leaderboards at this current state, does it?
No, it's kind of like I look at the top and it's not quite the same.
You're not as attracted to get there.
No, I mean it used to be when I first started playing the game. It was like I always wanted to get to like the USA Elite, as it was back then. I think it was.
Good old Jag.
And that was my goal. I was like, yeah, I want to get in there. And they were always like, they were closed.
Right.
Very niche group.
So.
How many members do you currently have? He sounds like me. I'd be dumbfounded. I'd say probably 32.
Yeah, that's, I think, pretty close to where we're hanging out right now.
I think so. I think that's like the average alliance has 32 members. Can we pick apart your attack? Are we allowed to do that? I saw that you went on one, and I thought you did a phenomenal job.
I wouldn't say it was phenomenal.
No?
No.
What do you think went wrong?
I didn't use troop cards.
Really? That's what went wrong? Is that you didn't use troop cards?
Definitively not to use troop cards.
I did tell you definitively not to use troop cards.
And I had elephants prepared. They were sitting there waiting.
And I was like, nope, no troop cards. These guys have been wonderful. Never Nude has been fantastic. They do look very similar to Last Outlaws. I'm actually quite shocked that we haven't met. I think we just have maybe 1 or 2 players that are a little bit above myself, and I think yourself. Like Cold War players is what I mean, like those high-end Cold War players.
Right.
But if it wasn't for that, I think we probably would have faced Never Nude quite often, just naturally.
Yeah, I think that's what we're really missing, like the seasoned players, as you talk about.
Yeah, and I think we naturally just kind of come by them. We have a lot in our alliance that are kind of homegrown that have always been with us.
Well, and some of them did come from boot camp, I believe, and I mean, so they've been. Initially, we just threw them out to the world, but. Well, no, boot camp was.
I just told them to go.
Yeah, it was to like enlightened age, I think.
Initially, it was gunpowder. The concept was that we had a secondary alliance that we operated that was up to a maximum of gunpowder, and if you were above gunpowder, we kicked you out. And we were like, "That's nice. Go find a different home."
Sorry, I need to bring it.
God.
Okay.
I wish I could be that picky.
So it was fun. It was an absolute blast. The alliance still exists there, so that's still there and up and running. I think Marla like inadvertently transitioned that for one reason or another. You okay?
I didn't want to do that in anybody's ear. I used to do this when I was working on the phones all the time. At least
you just
I can leave.
Oh yeah, I guess. Now you can be like, peace out.
Yeah. Where when you're on a phone call, you can't. I just need to go and cough for 15 minutes.
This one looks scary, I've got to admit. Grab. It's. Yeah, I don't know. Wow. Okay. You got 78% 4 stars on this with 0 cards.
Am I in a lag? Is that what's happening here?
So what you're seeing on YouTube is lag versus what you're actually hearing with us talking. Does that make sense?
Okay. Because I'm hearing, that's what's happening. Well, I need to mute YouTube then, do I?
Yeah, it's probably less confusing if you mute YouTube. I appreciate you staying up and hanging out with us.
That's cool, yeah.
No, as the leader...
I wanted to do it earlier this week, but my eyes just started to go elsewhere.
Warble.
Yeah.
Can I actually get a mercenary? Oh, that's right. I needed to go and get myself some of these bad boys. 3, 6. No. That is 6 total.
God, I'm quite far behind, aren't I?
What, with the leg?
Yeah, I can hear like the conversation that we were having like 5 minutes ago.
Yes. Yeah, it's not ideal.
No. I think we can actually just jack that right up.
God, that's embarrassing.
What is the leg?
Listen to me talk. I hate listening to me talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You get used to it. I hear myself talk all the time, and I have the same reaction. I'm like, wow, I sound like a real goof. But I think everybody feels that way about their own voice. I've heard even professional speakers and musicians feel that way.
Oh, yeah, I used to hate it.
What am I missing here?
Don't even have a massive mute button on this.
Alright, we got those bad boys. No troop cards.
Right, okay, I'm just seeing where you were at with going into our alliance now.
Okay. So because we are hitting up this time, wow. I'll be happy to know. You will be happy to know I figured out iMovie all by myself. King de Hoogster, what's going on, man?
Yay!
Congratulations to you. Whoop, whoop.
That's
Good
an
job.
accomplishment.
That is a huge accomplishment. That's a big deal.
I just tell Chris to figure it out because I get frustrated.
And then she just walks away and I have to figure it out. It's the way it goes. All right. So according to the Live Expert series and my little knowledge that I do have. You've got to pick spots to drop in order to get through walls that are nice and tight to the actual walls, so that the buildings are tight to the walls, because you don't want to run into traps, because that will kibosh your whole attack. This guy does have the Forbidden City. He's also got the fallacy that he's got a whole bunch of high hit point buildings out here. I personally like going in on the Acropolis side, not because the Acropolis will stop working when it's dead, but because you want to kill everything in the radius of the Acropolis in order to stop them from spawning faster than they would normally.
Right.
Now, like I was saying before, this guy is higher, and usually I do a two-prong attack in order to handle people that are higher. That's to mean that my alliance, or no, not my alliance, my heavies and my generals are all going up here, and my primary army is going down here, along with my little wall engineers.
I know you say that's hitting up, but somehow he doesn't look like he has all his buildings.
It's weird. It's a strange looking base, and I would have to agree.
Or is it just that he has so much forest cleared, it makes his base look smaller?
I really don't know. But I mean, he's a 238 Cold War, but I am willing to bet that he hasn't laid down quite a few of his buildings.
And if you're not going to use your road network, why would you clump everything so closely together with all that real estate?
That's the problem. He doesn't have any roads. He's only got like 20 roads.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's what's going on. I'm going to have to really pay attention to my decoys, I think. But we should be all right. Are you serious that I have no tactics?
You got a troop test. You should have...
Siegfrieda. You know Siegfrieda, Marla.
Yes, Valentine's War.
I have a troop chest, which gives me... Well, I've got 3 of those. There. That'll save me a few dollars. I don't want to protect. Or do I? I do want to do a sabotage just in case. And then we'll go over to the miscellaneous. I will get... I can't believe I forgot to do that. Such a schmuck move. All excited, and then the next thing you know, derp out. Alright, so there's that. Let's try this one more time. Nom 1. Nom 1. Okay.
Yeah. And I did notice, like, in the higher alliances, they focus a lot on what the troop cards actually do, where I'm like, I have troop cards, yay! Or, like, in my first attack, I'm like, it's not, because I did take a year hiatus, it seems so unnatural for me to use troop cards, because when they were initially introduced, they were, I don't know. I guess just the way they weren't as much a part of the game because they didn't have a building associated with them. They were just like fun things to play with from events before. And I don't know if you could purchase them until the Stronghold came out. Can't remember. That could be something for trivia night.
Don't you be giving stuff away.
Well, I don't... Oh.
Don't you be giving it away. My planes are so squishy on this account. I have a really hard time not losing all of my troops. Why? Okay, so there's the town center. That's really not going to help me, though, in the long run. If I could get, you know, even one speed rally in here, I would feel a whole lot better about myself. There, that's close enough to a speed rally, isn't it? Did I save any more of those decoys?
Yeah.
I think so. Not because that's necessarily where I want my troops to go, but that's where I would like his generals to go. I think we're going to have to, at a minimum...
Is that the level 60 generals?
Yeah, that's the 3 level 60 generals, so...
That were level 50 generals last night.
Oh, really?
Cheater much? Well, I reported them. I don't know about you guys. But I, by default, reported them. I was like, that's nice. Well, I mean,
I
why not?
Sure,
right?
if they were level 50. Someone else told me they were level 50, so I'm just taking their word for it.
Well, I mean, if he is cheating...
I'm pretty sure he wasn't Cold War last night, though.
No, he wasn't.
Because I sat and looked at the war and thought, this is an easy one. I'm sure that base didn't look like that last night either.
No, not hardly. Which is probably the other reason why he's jumped. Like, he's a 238 now. Remember the other day I showed you what I was doing
What amazes me, though, sorry to interrupt, is like, what was it? Industrial Age or Global Age was like maxed at 198. How come everybody's XP is so low? Like, they're whining and moaning about a Cold War being 220, and it's like, well, it wasn't that far of a jump for the top teams back then because we were facing them back then. And they were all maxed 198s. From 198 to 220, or is it 230?
230, I think.
Like, that's really not that big of a jump, so...
Yeah. Certainly that's painful.
And I mean... Customer service is there to investigate if something doesn't look right.
Yeah.
Yeah, GMA just said that she started taking pictures of bases for that very reason. Yeah, and I recommend everybody record attacks because of all the combat cheats.
Oh, and there's so many of them. It's so atrocious within the game now. The only thing holding this game together is the communities and alliances like this one. I mean, obviously there's a little bit more to it than that, but I think this is, the fundamental reason that people play is to come and hang out with alliances like Never Nude and all these, the fun alliances where it actually feels like a community, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Poder as Tekka? Let's check him out. Let's see. What was the name of that guy? Do you remember? Their number 1? Do you remember his name?
Their number 1.
Their number 1. What was his name?
Muselman. I think he left. He wasn't in the alliance when we checked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he disappeared. So I don't know whether what you're saying kind of makes me suspect that he was maybe banned. I don't know if they'd be that quick on the job, though.
Oh, they're supposed to be.
Are they?
Yeah. Oh, my tablet just disconnected. 2 seconds. See if
well, usually then it's shut down and shows as default.
But if he's left the alliance, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
So we go scout. I mean, this used to be the way that if you actually went and scouted the base, if they switched alliances, it would show in the top left-hand corner under their name. So it still shows that he's in Poder as Tekka. Meaning that he's probably been banned and not logged in, or I don't know.
Well, he wasn't there when we checked, anyway.
Yeah, and I looked as well, and he wasn't there. So that's quite interesting. Maybe they figured out that it was cheating. Maybe they were paying attention. They were like, you know what? You need to find the exit. It's stage left there, tough guy. Well, seriously, I mean, people that join our alliance, they know that we do pay attention, right? We have a very good alliance, and we do pay attention, and we have come across people that have been cheating where I've, asked support, and I've been like, can you look into this guy? And they're like, you might want to get rid of him, right? And then that's exactly what we say. You should probably exit stage left because we don't want you here. Sorry, but thanks for coming out. It'll die down. People will get the point.
Very diplomatic.
Very diplomatic. Is that really diplomatic?
Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out is like, that was a pretty weak effort. It's like a backhanded, sorry you suck. I don't know how else to put. How would you put that, Marla? Thanks for coming out.
I don't think I would say that on stream.
No. She wouldn't say the translation on stream is what she's saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's funny. We seem to be doing pretty well this war, I think. I mean, I beat you, but
Yeah, I'm just watching it now. Yeah. I'm
sure,
just getting it like afterwards. So
yeah, you got like that 5-minute lag, and I'm sure like King de Hoogster, he'd be the one to actually tell you the proper way to attack that base. I just kind of wing it. But like I said,
Well, yeah, no, it's great that we have the live series to learn these things and these tips and tricks from these top level alliances.
Oh yeah.
Certainly. Yeah. I don't know where that thought was going.
I mean, that's what the sandbox is there for, right? That's what the sandbox is there for, and that's why we promote cool events and whatnot that help bring the community together. Is in order to actually have resources like that are willing to put their foot forward and say, I'm here to help.
Yeah.
Doom Raider and King de Hoogster and the live expert series was huge. I mean, there was Sparta, there was just such a vast wealth of knowledge that showed up in that one server and had their own dedicated channels. It was unreal, and they were all so eager and willing to help. It was great. So.
And you're 6 months old, and you've already got level 9 perks?
yes.
They're like us. They don't stop.
They don't stop.
They don't.
Well,
stop.
we did for a while. We got a little bit disgruntled a few times after a few losses, but I mean.
Well, sometimes you need to take a war break to shake it off. Yeah.
So yeah, even Sigfrida is like, I didn't realize that guy had changed. Oh, see, GMA. GMA even said, Muslim red flagged on the polar site and started he started in March.
March of 2018.
March of 2018, and he's already at that level. Like I said.
Okay, well.
Exit stage
hopefully,
left,
if they can't attack with that guy, then we'll get at least 74.
Oh, I mean, I still don't think that puts us at risk, to be honest with you. I mean,
I think they're pretty easily beat.
I mean, the next one besides him is going to be their number 6, which is Industrial. So that's quite the jump, and everybody else in between seems to be picking up. I don't even know why you guys card half of these things. I mean, you guys you nail it every single time. At least the 3 wars that I've been with you guys, you're just nailing it, especially on the top end. And I think that's
that's the first time that we've tried it, and I think people were a bit apprehensive at the beginning.
I think they absolutely were. I walked in and I'm like, by the way,
when people realised that you could actually manage to 5-star base without cards, they became a little more open to it.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it's hard, right? Because you lean on them like a crutch, but I think it is a necessary exercise to take when possible. you know. And
But I still would have loved to have dropped a elephant in the corner and just.
oh, I'm sure your finger was twitching by the end of it.
Well, yeah, like I would have like 4-starred that attack or 3-starred that last attack if it wasn't for the cards.
Right, right. But what I've told all of them in Never Nude is that they're in a war like this, that it's a very good practice to try your best to 5-star without cards. Then when they actually do need to pull the cards out, it's a speed boost, or it allows you to hit up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Which is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a value-added thing, not a crutch. Yeah, GMA is an admin over at the Sandbox, and she looked into it and says that that player still shows as though he's with that alliance. So
okay.
I think he's been banned. I think that, you know, that's probably where he is.
Yeah, it seems to me that they are dealing with cheating a little bit quicker.
A lot quicker. I mean, it used to take like, I heard in the past that it was like 5 and 6 days in order for cheaters to actually get handled. And now I've heard of response times as low as like 3 hours.
Wow. That's excellent.
That's the best one that I heard was 3 hours. And I haven't heard any
That's
sort of
quick.
official. That is quick, isn't it? Like that's from the time of reporting to have it 3 hours later, have a whole bunch of bases rolled back and have it done.
That's probably the most positive thing I've ever heard said about customer service.
That's the only positive thing I have to know. That's
Well,
not
you
true.
never hear anything good. You just hear bad things all
You know
the
what?
time.
They're just people trying to do their job to the best of their ability. That's all I can say about them. I can't say whether they're good or bad because I'm not the one that sets those metrics. I know what my perception of them is, but really at the end of the day, I don't sign their check. I'm a free-to-play player, like really, and it's not even a company that's owned by Nexon or Big Huge Games, so I don't sign their check. I would hope that they're just doing the best that they can. I just think the system has failed them, and obviously, you know, as a result of that, failed us.
Yeah. I'll just.
Marla politely crosses her hands like a Canadian and says, "That's nice. ...
When you are told what to say and how to say it, how are you expected to be anything other than mediocre? That's all I'm going to say.
I think that was very well said. I think enough said. All right. Well, I think, was there anything else that you wanted to add or any questions that you have? Is it Trev?
Can't think of any. No.
Can't think of anything?
It's been really fun having you at Never Nude.
Oh, well, I really appreciate you guys hanging on to me for as long as you have. And of course, putting up with my new tactics and strategies. And I think it was certainly a leap of faith in the beginning, but I mean, you guys have impressed me, and I think you guys have certainly surpassed me. And like I said, there's always an open invitation for you guys to come on over to the Sandbox and harass anybody there, myself included, Marla included.
I'm an expert industrial player. I have nothing I can help you with.
No, it has.
There's a few people you can help.
It's been a blast, though. It really has been. I really appreciated the camaraderie, and I would certainly recommend anybody come check out Never Nude and look it up on YouTube.
I think Zero really benefited from your advice as well with his base.
I hope so. I hope so. I really did like his base. He's got a little industrial base that I did a review of earlier on in the week. And we got on voice, and I kind of went over some of the fundamental concepts. And I mean, like I've outlined before, I'm certainly far from what I would classify as an expert at these things. I still rely on people within the community that are much more refined than I am. But I think he is well on his way to having one of those bases that other industrial players look at and go, nope, not going to happen. So I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for the feedback. All right.
Cool.
I think we're going to run away, and it's super late where you're at. So go find yourself a nightcap.
Probably should be sleeping now.
You should be drinking already. It's Saturday night.
Well, I'd have to go out for that.
Oh,
Instead, I'm just sat here
hanging
gazing
out.
into my iPad.
Very good.
Well, probably healthier for you in the long run.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, smell.
Anyway,
all
take
right.
care.
Well, cheers. Oh my God, you started.
Oh, Zaya.
Oh, poor Zaya.
Stupid time zones. Yeah, no, we're done.
We're done. Sorry. All right. As always, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Keep your sticks on the ice.
And have a good time.